Here to perform our national anthem, please welcome award-winning, multi-platinum country music icon and star of the upcoming Fox series Monarch, Trace Adkins.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
From Mordor to Hogwarts to Gotham, the nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join nerds doing nerd things as they talk about all things nerdy. Stay up to date on the show by liking the Nerds Doing Nerd Things Facebook page.
The following is an All-Star 15 TV production. Hello, everybody, and welcome to All-Star 15 TV. On the broadcast tonight, it is the Extreme Forces Racing League Transcendent Design Xfinity Series Playoffs. It's playoff time, baby, and we are at the Homestead-Miami Speedway in Florida. NASCAR was just here this weekend, put on a pretty good race, if I were to say so myself. But let's get down to the big parts of tonight's race. As you guys see on the tower to your left, our playoff drivers are in red with red numbers. And yeah, there's 12 of them. Right now, the traders are top of the board. Then you have Hawkins, Demmer, and Howe rounding out that top 5. But let's bring in one of the best broadcast partners I have on the channel outside of the wonderful 2 people I have on Wednesday night. It's Mr. TJ Barnier.
What's happening, AJ?
Not much, pal. Not much at all. Very excited to start the playoffs for the Extreme Forces Racing League. A lot of heavy hitters to make that round of 12 to start this place. But the favorite still has to be, I know during practice he's not far off, just about 8/10, not 8/10, about a tenth. Joshua Bally, 7th right now. You know, not the fastest in practice, but just wait till we get to race time. He's got to be one of the heavy hitters going into this Transcendent Designs playoff system here.
Yeah, I mean, I expect big things from that 7 car. Certainly expect to see him at least move on one round, if not multiple rounds.
So this week, finish your thought, dude.
I was just thinking, another one, Dean Demmer and him have been kind of dueling it out all season. Another one I expect to see move on at least a round, if not more. Wouldn't be surprised to see the Traders and possibly that 48 car.
As everybody knows, we are in October. That's Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and that kind of brings just all the way back around to the Fountain and Slate Sherry Strong 180 here at Homestead-Miami Speedway. And let's give a huge shout out to our sponsors for tonight's race. Fountain and Slate is a family-owned business run in Central Maine. We sell fountain pumps, lights, stoppers, and more accessories to make your fountains come alive. The experts at Fountain and Slate are always willing to give you the assistance you need to find exactly what you're looking for. We are a one-of-a-kind company, and you will not find any other company like ours anywhere. We ship worldwide. Go visit fountainandslate.com. That's SLATE.com. Fountain and Slate. Thank you guys for sponsoring tonight's Extreme Forces Racing League Transcendent Design Xfinity Series race at Homestead-Miami Speedway. And why don't we show off that 41 car a little bit? I know he's sitting on pit road, but he's running those Fountain and Slate colors tonight. There it is.
Pretty slick looking machine.
Oh, no kidding, pal. Especially with that Rocky and the camera changed. And the Rocky Faith right in front of the right wheel there. Just 3 drivers on the racetrack with 20 seconds left to go in practice. TJ, let's talk about the points going into tonight and how it sits. Joshua Bally is +5. Dean Demers +3, Paul Irving is +2, and Nick Trader is +1. Everybody else is sitting at 1,000 even.
Yeah, it's tight. I mean, it's wicked tight. It's going to be one of those deals where even right now they're probably going to benefit from the fact that there's only a few drivers here tonight, not as large as a field as we've seen this season, because it's going to keep that points battle even tighter if somebody has an issue.
After the first 3 races around 12,
keep your nose clean is going to be huge.
It's going to be huge, but after the first 3 races in this round 12, Homestead, Martinsville, and Phoenix, we drop it down to 8 drivers. Then we just have 2 races, Talladega, Iowa, and then the finale at Charlotte.
Yeah, that Charlotte finale is going to be wicked. Dega is going to be a nightmare for the playoff guys. You're probably going to see those guys want to ride the back as much as possible.
Looking at the 19 of Brandon Dunford, running that high line through 3 and 4, hitting the line.
I wouldn't even be surprised, AJ, if Dega is one of those similar to Daytona this year. It's real calm until the final 5 laps. We get a bit.
Yeah, wouldn't be surprised with that. Let's jump to the 13 of Ben Morrow. You see, even on the cars, the splitter, spoiler, and the graphic above the window is all playoff based.
And he's been a real surprise this year. He's kind of, just really plugs away and manages to find a way to finish towards the front of the field on a given night.
Yeah, he has come along strong.
Doesn't make a lot of noise early in races, but it's just there at the finish.
Still watching that. It's Drew Trader goes P1, Joshua Bally P2, and Ben Morrow right now P3.
Gotta love the decal on the hood of that car. On the Ben Morrow.
And Dean Demmer on his second lap, squirrely off of turn 2. Doesn't hit the wall, but wow, that was tight and loose at the same time, as he's going to dive it all the way down into turn 3, hug that white line, bring it back up towards the wall, and let's see where this 41 is going to go as it finishes qualifying P6. Out of the cars that have run, that is 6th out of 12. And TJ, you and I have a lot going on with not just EFRL tonight, but if everybody remembers the finale race at, I want to say it was Phoenix last December, we had a tribute race, and it was the finale for the EFRL. It was our good buddy Robert Rocky Hartso, unfortunately passed away. But today would have been his birthday, and actually would have been isn't the right word. Today is his birthday, so happy heavenly birthday to our buddy Rocky.
Yeah, and I'm going to throw another shout out to one of my best friends, Nate McAllister. His birthday as well. They were birthday brothers. And
you know that guy Nate?
They fought. Yeah, remember Nate? Great guy. Huge unit. The two of them would be funny playing like Call of Duty, because they would just argue over the dumbest things like the rest of us would with him. And I think Rocky brought out the best at everybody with that one.
Absolutely. Dylan Dunford's first lap goes 13th best. He's got a lot to improve in that Chevy Camaro wheeling 94 breast cancer awareness scheme.
Little hockey update for all those Canadians out there that love it. Montreal just took it 3-1 in regulation.
Hey, how are those Texas Rangers doing? Are they still beating the Astros in Game 7?
Well, the ticker for NHL doesn't really care about baseball.
Dylan Dunford goes P10. Of course not.
And now when I flip back to Monday Night Football on my side, I'll let you know. Ooh, come on, guys. Ready to race. I want to go racing.
Daniel Park's first lap goes 14th best, as qualifying is going to be over. And look at that. Joshua Bally, P1 in qualifying.
Is that shocking to you?
Not at all. Nope.
No?
Not at all. So, Joshua Bally is your pole sitter at Homestead-Miami Speedway for the first race of the round of 12. Let's run her down, TJ. P2, it's the 56 of Nick Trader. In third, it's Drew Trader. Fourth, you have Vern Hawkins. In fifth, you have Ben Morrow. Sixth, you have Randy Howell. And in seventh, it's the 41 of Dean Demmer. Eighth, you have Paul Irvin. Ninth, you have Jesse Adams in the 55 Oreo Toyota Supra. First non-Chevy driver on track. Dylan Dunford rounding out the top 10. And you go to 11th place, TJ, and it's our first non-playoff driver. It's Brandon Dunford. Michael Steele in 12th in that number 5 Ford Mustang. Matt Cochran starting 13th. 14th is Daniel Park. 15th, it's Josh Fox. 16th, it's the number 2 of Adam Capps. And then Joe Darnell, Mick Olafson, and Dean Qualley, who don't know if he's racing, might just be race control tonight. Gonna be 19th if he does go off on the racetrack. TJ, who you picking for tonight?
Well, until somebody goes and removes the crown from his head, and mind you, he's got a sponsor. That 7 car is who I think is going to win this race.
Yes, Funk Away, the Extreme Odor Eliminator.
I don't know if that's because he's used to stinking up these races or what.
So TJ, I don't know if you are very much aware of some of the guys over at Hutch Sport Racing, the team I help crew and run on, outside of Rocky Faith. Rob, if you're watching that, look that up. You might need it, pal.
Oh my. I think shots have been fired.
Shots are always fired. And I'm going to take a little bit of a shot in the dark here. Haven't taken them all season long. I'm going to take the 25 of Drew Trader starting right behind Joshua Valley.
Might be a good time to do it. AJ, what is our stage break lap?
It is, as we are about to go green, there it is. We are green for playoff time here at Homestead-Miami Speedway. Our stage is lap 45.
Lap 45, okay. The Trader's very similar in color, obviously different paints, but both of them with the same number color, just not styling.
I mean, the 56
right
of
now.
Nick has, is that NASCAR Thunder 03 on it?
I do believe, yeah, their roof numbers are identical, side numbers.
Your first 9 drivers are all playoff drivers. In 10th, you have Brandon Dunford, swapping that with Dylan Dunford now. Oh, a little contact between the 55 and 94 in turn 1 on lap 2. That didn't take long to see some contact.
Certainly can lose a race on lap 1, definitely cannot win it.
So Mick is currently driving right now in that 18th position. I don't know how he does it, but he still comments in the YouTube chat.
I mean, maybe he has text to talk.
That's a thing when you're in the car?
Sure.
There is the 7 of Joshua Valley, just about 3/10 over Drew Trader. Gonna look via the back, the gearbox of the 7. That's how close the 25 is to him. And, oh wow. Joshua just a really good exit out of 4 and just pulls away by a 10th there.
A little bit further back, the 41 has made his way into 4th place.
Now the big issue with Homestead, it's got that progressive banking. Sooner or later, we're going to see a lot of these drivers move up to that Larson lane. But this place will chew up tires, so I wouldn't be surprised if we see pit stops if we stay green before that lap 45 mark. They do get 5 sets of tires.
Yeah, and I mean, it's all going to really matter if you know, you think you can go that distance without giving up that amount of time with the tires, because I mean, certainly you could have been, in that scenario, potentially trap drivers down a lap if you can maintain to hold it.
That's the biggest issue, is being able to hold onto it. And Trader getting to that 7, just under 2/10. Honestly, we've seen it before. Joshua will just, you know, like, okay, you're here. Go by. I'll see you in 15 or 20 laps.
You know, the other thing too, AJ, is even if you don't, you know, go and pit in the stage and you do push it long and you are giving up a ton of time, as long as you maintain your position, everybody you know is going to come pit at that.
Absolutely.
So, you know, you're kind of almost playing that game too, is even if you know you're going to give up a ton of time, as long as you don't lose your position on track, you could play the long game. Would I want to do that, you know, mid-pack on back? Probably not.
Yeah, I would say probably not.
Somebody up towards the front, you know, like maybe the 7, the 25, or the 13, maybe.
So far, only 2 takers to that extreme outside lane. Going through 1 and 2, you had the 56 and the 48. And through 3 and 4, you have the 14 of Vern Hawkins.
he got, I think, a little too high. It might not be ready up there. It might not be rubbered in.
Yeah, they're going to need a lot more help up there. But right now, just 8 laps in, our leader is still running that inside lane.
I mean, you can kind of see him a little bit now on exit. They're all starting to push up a bit on exit. And I think as the run will progress, you'll start to see him get up there earlier, than on exit.
On board with Nick Trader here. Off of turn 4. Yeah, right there, TJ. Pushes up just a little bit early. And with that, he's going to have a really good run down this front strip, keeping in tow with Dean Demmer in front of him. And wow, you hear those tires screeching. The 48, 14, and it looks like the 8 all went to that high side.
Yeah, these front 5 are bottom feeders. The back guys are all already up.
Well, you're just going to follow the leader. That's where you're going to stay. And if they can get that high end, that high line gripped up and ready to go, rubbered up, look for everybody to move up there. And, oh, Ben Morrow loose off of turn 4. Ooh, wow. Nice save. Gonna drop back a little bit further. This is for 14th. Adam Capps looking to the inside of Jesse Adams. Next week's gonna be a lot of fun, TJ. We're heading to Martinsville. We know how crazy that racetrack can get, especially in some league racing. But man, tonight, Homestead is easily one of my favorite tracks. You and I have had some great battles here as of recent and over the past couple of years. I still can't believe 2 screens tell 2 different stories on that one race.
Yeah, I mean, that was just a byproduct of the game we were playing, really. Because on yours it was clean, and on mine you cleaned me out.
And Mick still texting and driving. Somebody call the police. We said, how is he basically texting while he's racing? And he goes, that's probably the reason why I'm 18th, huh? And already on pit road.
I don't know, but I think, I do believe he's in the big Great North there, and that might be punishable by death up there.
Oh, we have a battle for the lead. Valley, Trader, down the backstretch into turn 3. TJ,
he's caught him a few times. Hasn't been able to do anything
keep
with
an
him.
eye on this because I just realized I forgot the one thing I need while broadcasting, and that is a water. So, TJ, take it over for a minute or two.
A minute or 2, a minute or 5, an hour, that doesn't matter, AJ. I talk all night. That 25 car is looking for a line on the 7. He is currently just trying to ride his bumper. Looking a little outside on him, trying to find that run down the straightaway. I'm looking back down, as if there was a YouTube GoPro kind of style camera mounted out in front of this 7 car. That's the angle I'm looking at. Trying to watch where these guys are trying to, get a little line different than somebody. And this 25, he keeps poking the nose out just a little bit earlier than the 7 to the outside. And a little deeper here. 7's going to kind of round the corner a little better. For the most part, though, they are in each other's tracks. And it is pretty much single file from here as far as the eye can see. I think there's some guys exiting 1 as these guys go into 3. Or 2, exiting 2 as they go into 3. That were double file. But for the most part, down the backstretch, everybody's single file. And I mean, it is just kind of follow the leader at the moment. Everybody, they're little pairs up here. We got the 7 and the 25, the 13 and the 41, the 56 and the 48. There's a blue car. I think that might be the 8 all by himself.
That would be Randy Howe all by himself.
Then there's a little wad of cars behind him in the 14, the 19, and I think the 94, Dunford and Hawkins. Then there's, I think is that Michael all by his lonesome behind them?
That would be Michael Steele in the 5.
Love the teal on that car. Thing looks
Always.
sharp.
Gonna have some fun seeing him race over the next couple weeks.
And then you get the Bass Pro Shop 4 behind him, and that I do believe that is a pink for breast cancer awareness.
Yes,
Certainly,
it is.
Certainly never seen a bass fish that color, but man, it'd be interesting to catch one.
Well, if it's near the Simpsons Springfield power plant, I wouldn't be surprised.
You know, AJ, they did a national contest. That movie came out of what Springfield in America was to be dubbed the Springfield, and believe it or not, Vermont's the one that won. The only reason I really know that, the reason they went with it is because like 10 minutes from Springfield, Vermont is a nuclear power station.
Well, here's the 48 of Paul Irvin and Randy Howe. This is a battle for sixth. We are 18 laps into the race so far. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in All-Star 15 TV. I'm Agent Pola, TJ Barnier, high atop of Homestead-Miami Speedway. Right now, Joshua Bally is your leader. Has led every lap so far. Yeah, Drew Trader really gave him a battle for the last, 10 or so laps, and now he's fallen back just a tad. Dean Demmer is really starting to put the pressure on the 25.
We did have a position change, too. Demmer got around the 13. I kind of went through the field there nonchalantly.
I heard. My headset was able to talk me through everything you were wonderfully putting, Mr. Radio-style broadcaster, which absolutely beautiful.
Well, I try.
And speaking of your radio-style broadcasting, which is absolutely not even close to what I'm bringing up, tomorrow we have our Stump the Guru episode over on the Nerds Doing Nerd Things podcast, where it's TJ and myself, and we try to stump the wrestling guru, Ryan Fry. So go check it out if you're into wrestling or just want to support the Nerds Doing Nerd Things podcast. That episode, that bonus episode, our gaming episode, goes live at noon Eastern tomorrow.
Yeah, and I don't want to give anything away, but let's just say I went for a real weird one when I mentioned the WWE members of the universe and my attempt
Actually,
to stump the guru.
now that you mention it, it does tie to NASCAR a little bit.
It does, because one of them was Kyle Busch.
Well, 21 laps in, Vern Hawkins on pit road.
I could even throw you for a loop more and tell you that Michael Waltrip was the referee.
Well, we have pit stop starting, and that's halfway through this first stage. Now, I would assume Vern Hawkins...
41 under the 25, little contact.
Oh, Dean's going to have to get out of the gas, or he's going to smack the wall on the front stretch.
And the 25 went down pit road. That was kind of a wild interchange. Nothing over the radio that I heard to indicate that that was happening.
Well, TJ, we're going to rewind that and watch it here. And just pulls it left and comes down pit road.
Well, they never touched, but my goodness, did it look like they did.
Woo! Any faster, he was going to turn into Kyle Larson there.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping the 7 wouldn't repeat what the points leader did yesterday and meet the Yellow Barrels.
Oh, here comes Randy Howe, Dylan Dunford, Brandon Dunford, and Michael Steele all on pit road.
I don't think the 25 expected the 41 to be there because he started to turn down there, not realizing he was there.
That's a very good point, TJ. We saw it on the pit entry on screen. And everybody on pit road right now through their box. And let's see, we gonna have any of our leaders come down? Here comes Joshua Bally. And Dean Demmer is gonna take the lead, take the point.
Ben Morrow stayed out. I'm really surprised, or went in, I mean. I'm not gonna lie, AJ, I'm a little perplexed. I thought Moore would stay out. I mean...
Gotta understand, TJ, just 23 laps in, they're almost 2 seconds slower.
I mean, I hear you, but we've only got 20 to go, and it's, 33-ish seconds to get around this place?
Looks right around 33 to 35, depending on the length of the tire. Nick Trader's going to stay out.
Even if it was just, say, 30 for argument's sake, That's 15 laps you would have before essentially you gave up a lap, and he had these guys a lap down. You know, essentially, you have them. You're not going to keep them pinned a lap down, but you would have easily kept the lead over the back half of the stage.
Well, maybe they wouldn't have made it at all, and that's why you see everybody coming down pit road. They're
I
just
would
gonna split it in
assume-
half. Matt Cochran stays out on the racetrack. He's going to assume the lead. Josh Fox right behind him.
Yeah, I think these guys are first takers of the long game here.
And the two leaders right now, Cochran and Fox, do not care about points. They're here to win the race. That's it.
I'm going to say, AJ, Cochran, Fox, I believe Park, and Darnell have all not pitted.
You are correct. Our top four have yet to pit.
So I'm real curious. I think okay, there it goes. Mine was just updating. Wait a minute, that doesn't make sense.
And
Not the top
basically,
four yet.
everybody outside of Jesse Adams and Adam Capps on the racetrack right now are on the lead lap.
The 2-car here trying to get by these guys. He's on fresh tires. He is he's the only car a lap down.
You still have Jesse Adams. Yes, I guarantee you.
I don't. Okay, it just updated for me. Gotta remember, I don't have active like you do.
I wish I was able to share more than one screen.
But yes, and here comes Jesse through. So, you know, I'm really curious because I'm looking backward off of the Joe Darnell machine, and as of right now, there ain't a car in sight.
No, there is not. Here's the 12 right there.
And they give us these fancy buttons. You can push these fancy buttons, and the 7 car is about halfway down. You know, that next the straightaway behind these guys. So that he's half a track ish behind.
DJ, I can't hear anything, so you're gonna have to
continue
You're
on
gonna have to take
rambling.
over.
Gotcha.
I lost audio.
That's not good. No, the 12 is about half a track ahead of here right now. So I mean, that's kind of big. If he can hold on, these front four can hold on to this position. They are running the strategy that I was suggesting. You know, yes, you're going to give up time to these guys, but we're talking there's 15 laps to go here. The 12.
All right, that was weird.
The 12 might lose a spot or two as these guys catch them. But Matt Cochran likely is going to be the leader when this stage is.
Well, if he can make it all the way, absolutely.
Well, I'm not. I mean, it's still a possibility he doesn't. The 9 car is
Here comes Daniel Park.
The 9 car has bailed on the strategy. He says, all right, I'm out. I've had enough. Maybe he does a 2-tire stop, though. Who knows?
Maybe the numbers don't add up for him.
I know the 12 was definitely taking it a lot easier early on.
Let's see if he's still taking it easy. We're going to jump on board with Joe Darnell down the backstretch.
Still cannot.
He's not clutching it.
No, I think it's just a nice, easy. I don't think.
And Josh Fox now on pit road.
I don't believe fuel is their problem.
You think it's tire wear?
I think it's solely on the tires. I think you can make it with the tire. But
well, just to give you guys a last lap view,
Josh Fox did definitely do just what appeared to be a splash and go, so maybe it is
that close.
I mean, he went in second, and I believe he exited third.
You're looking at the last lap buys on the tower, and it's completely one-sided. 2 seconds faster is everybody on pit road taking those 4 fresh tires.
Oh, no, I take that back. He has cycled back now
to 16th.
So maybe it was Park I saw coming out, not Fox.
Oops.
And Park's in a weird situation because he's a lap down. So is Fox, actually. They are a lap down.
Yes, they are.
And I don't believe... Oh, no, Fox is ahead of Park. So he could technically get his lap back if these guys can't make it. Or as it's anticipated that they're going to be going a lot slower.
If Josh Fox took 4 fresh tires, he has just a little bit of time before he gets to the race leader, Matt Cochran, to at least put himself on the lead lap.
And Darnell to pit road.
Ejecto-cedo, cuz. Strategy not working.
I mean, Matt's got to go 10 more laps. We're going to really know what the fuel is here really quick.
And there's Matt Cochran right there in front of the 23.
You know, and Ballet is 9.5 back now. Put it this way, the distance between the leader...
8 seconds. 8 seconds.
And that's about the length of the straightaway. Because you can start to see Ballet come into camera as the 4 enters the turn.
Ooh, the 4 is really tight in 3 and 4. Wow.
I think, net coated the wall with the rear end.
So let's see it. Looking out the rear of, and there's Bally right there coming off the turn.
He is closing.
Right spot on, TJ.
Closing and closing and closing.
And TJ was like, I don't think he's going to get there.
Well, like I said, there's 8 laps.
Gas was about, Mick Olofsson in the chat says gas was about 37 laps.
Well, we'll see it.
And I think the 4's coming down pit road now.
I think the 4 might be out.
Oh yeah, he's out.
Oh no.
It sounds like he's low on power.
I think he was just getting in real smooth, real early. He was probably hoping to catch a yellow, stay out as long as possible. He literally went to 37 laps.
This will put him down a lap. I don't know if he's going to have enough time.
It depends if he has to take tires.
Either way, you're going to be slower, so might as well take them all.
Right, but getting out, fuel and go. Fuel and go is a lot different than...
Well, he's leaving right now.
And here comes the leader. And there goes the leader.
Good news. He's at least going to be the first car 1 lap down for right now. If he gets to Joe Darnell, and Joe Darnell is just going into turn 3... Oh, God. Bally might catch Joe, too.
Yeah, Joe is going to have an awful time trying to get ahead of this 7 car here. Too many laps. I think this is really going to bite the 4 car.
Jumping back to that 4 car. He is not looking that much faster than anybody, so he might have been on that strategy we're talking about, TJ, and just took fuel.
No, he took tires.
Did he?
Oh, yeah, I watched the car come up on both sides for tires. And Darnell has fallen a lap down.
The thing is, he has another 4 laps before that caution comes out. If he can just get to Joe Darnell, that'll open the hole for him. Dean Demmer currently running in that 2nd position with the Fountain and Slate on the car. They're sponsoring the race as well. We'll give you a little read from them when the caution comes out for the stage. Drew Trader in 3rd, Ben Morrow 4th, Nick Trader in 5th, rounding out that top 5. Jeez, that number 4 of Cochran really playing high-speed Tetris right now, trying to get by some cars. But the Drew Trader and Ben Morrow battling. This is for that 3rd position. Hey, TJ, look at the back end of the 13 car. Let me know if you chuckle when you read it.
I have seen it once before, but at the moment, it is slipping my mind. Yeah, that's what I thought it was. It is pretty good. Oh, the 12 in the fence, AJ.
12 was in the wall. Oh, God, that got tough getting around him. Matt Cochran did pass the 12. There's a chance he might unlap himself. I don't see it, but there's always a chance.
Joe would love it.
And they're both teammates, too. Matt Cochran last time by a 33.40 to Bally's 34.40.
I just think he doesn't
Cochran
have enough time.
A full second faster.
I don't think he has the time.
Oh, that's still close.
Right, but we're
We
coming to the
still
white
have
flag.
a lap and a half.
Maybe, AJ. And maybe the 7's nice and helps him out knowing he's not a playoff guy.
White flag in stage 1.
It's going to be real tight. It's going to really depend on the run the 4 gets down this straightaway.
He's got the draft. He has the draft. His move is going to have to be through turn
And the
3
7
and 4
waves
to
him
the
by.
inside the 4.
The 7 waved him by down the back straightaway.
And that is going to help the 12 of Joe Darnell.
Yeah, it's really going to bail him out. I mean, he needed that. That was a big move for him.
Stage 1 winner for the EFRL Transcendent Designs Xfinity Series here at Homestead-Miami Speedway. First race in the round of 12 goes to Joshua Bally. Boy, is that a mouthful or what? Dean Demmer in that 2nd position. Nick Trader in 3rd. 4th, it's Ben Morrow. 6th, it's Drew Trader. Randy Howe comes home in 6th. 7th, it's Dylan Dunford. 8th, taking points away, non-playoff driver, it's Brandon Dunford. Paul Irvin, 9th, and in 10th, rounding out the drivers taking points in stage 1, it's Vern Hawkins.
Yeah, AJ, I think at this point, heavy is the head that wears the crown. That 7 car picks up another extra point.
Want to give a huge shout out who is always here and in our chat. Hope you feel better, Marcy. We love that you stopped by and get rid of that migraine. Migraines stink. Believe me, I had one on Saturday and still practiced for our Daytona 24 venture, and it stunk. But guys, pit stops are starting. We're going to take a commercial break. Take a look at the Nerds Doing Nerd Things podcast, the merch for All-Star 15 TV, and then we'll be right back.
From Mordor to Hogwarts to Gotham, the nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join Nerds Doing Nerd Things as they talk about all things nerdy. Stay up to date on the show by liking the Nerds Doing Nerd Things Facebook page.
Welcome back, everybody, and Matt Cochran staying out? Question mark? What? Or did he just try to take a lap lead, and he's gonna come down pit road now? But let's get to it. It's the Fountain and Slate Sherry Strong 180 from Homestead-Miami Speedway. And if you guys haven't heard, Fountain and Slate is a family-owned business run in Central Maine. We sell fountain pumps, lights, stoppers, and more accessories to make your fountains come alive. The experts at Fountain and Slate are always willing to give you assistance. The assistance you need to find exactly what you are looking for. We are a one-of-a-kind company, and you will not find any other ones just like ours. We ship worldwide. Visit fountainandslate.com. And TJ, what's going on with that 4-car?
I don't know.
Wrong answer.
He definitely... It's not like he needs lap sled.
No?
Maybe there's some gamemanship he can think here. I mean, he came in about 10 laps ago. So if they go green here on, say, 51, you'd figure he's got another 27 laps. That would put him like around 77-ish. I don't know, AJ.
Paul Irvin back on pit road. And here comes Jesse Adams as well. 2 playoff drivers giving up their positions to hit pit road.
AJ,
most likely top off.
That was probably one of the best splits I've seen these guys do for inside outside all year. You want a good angle of it, go look at the pace car and look back.
Yeah, I need to set up a camera for that pace car.
You can't go to the pace car and just look rear chase?
No, I don't have the pace car up in the camera boxes that I got.
Oh. I'm going to say, because it was beautiful. It was like somebody parted the Red Seas.
Matt Cochran taking that outside. He will be the control car.
Although they might have a penalty they might need to check into. I don't know what they were looking for up or down, but the 8 car was in the middle of the racetrack.
Roro Reggie.
As he crossed the start-finish line. If that was the box line, he would in the middle.
Well, pace car is off, and it is time for the final stage. We are green.
41, good
See
push.
how long Matt Cochran can hold on.
41 with a good
Are they about
push.
to make it through wide?
40.
Oh, 41 squirrely.
Yeah, I think wisely he backed out of it when it started to go. He knows how important getting to that 7, getting by that 7 is here. He knows how fast it is. He wants to try to do something here, but he just thought better of it. Lived to fight another day, so to speak. Wow, and the 7 right across the nose of the 4. I don't know if contact was made, but you can't get much closer without it being made. And the 7, I think, caught the wall.
Wow.
Oh, yeah, the 7 caught the wall. Not hard, but he caught it. He gave it a kiss.
What a move by Matt Cochran coming off a 4 there.
Really, all he did was hold his line.
Well, he had the duck underneath.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think if he doesn't, he turns that 7, to be honest with you. That was a slide job if I've ever seen a slide job.
And that number 4 is dropping like a bag of rocks.
Well, and he...
Contact with the 13.
Good save by Ben Morrow. That 4 is going to, give up time here. He's got 10-lap older tires. But again, he's on a differing strategy. Really just trying to run his own race and let these guys get by him cleanly. They're the ones that keep jumping to the outside and inside of him.
At this point, I think he's wanting this to go about another 10 laps and then have a caution come out and hope everybody comes down pit road.
And hope he's not the caution.
That too.
But I mean, at the same time, if this runs long, he can go. He's got built in an extra set of tires at the end of the race, guaranteed that none of them have. He can go, about 20, like I said, 27, 26 laps right here from the stage get, which puts him on the backside. I don't know if I assume he's trying to cut out a pit stop or cut out something. Otherwise, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense what you're doing. And, well, it's not going to matter anymore. And it's not going to bring out a yellow, but I'm pretty sure his day is done.
See what happened here, everybody? Off of turn 2. Ooh, Vern Hawkins probably thought the 4 was a little bit further up and clips the 4. Wow. Let's check the front end of Matt Cochran's machine.
Oh, it's dead.
Yeah, it's not looking good. Let's jump on board and check the wheel. Oh, it doesn't sound good either. Yeah, that car does not sound good, and it's pushing out some smoke out the back.
That looked like it hurt. I'm not surprised there was no yellow. As we've seen with iRacing, most of the spin happened below the line. But yeah, the 14 just came up. Didn't account for the 4 being there, I guess. Which, I mean, at the same time, the 4 was adjusting, but that was a big moment.
TJ, look at the lead.
Sorry.
Whoa, what a move! Demmer had it! And Bally takes it away. 41 on the high side in the wall.
Yeah, that was a slide. I mean, that was a slide job there. 41 threw the slide job, and the 7 defended it this time.
Dean Demmer back to the back bumper of the 7. Is he going to make a move into turn 1?
Willing to try it again, or is he maybe going to do it a little differently?
Oh, he's getting tight and loose all at the same time, tucked underneath the 7 of Bally.
That is a weird feeling to have. Loose tight.
And it's very Homestead-esque.
7 kind of chopped his nose right there. He is sideways. He was sideways most of that turn.
And everybody saw the wheel. Holy cow. That's what Aero does to these Xfinity cars.
It was almost as if once he got out of the wake of that 7 car, the air getting dumped on his left front nose or right front nose really just made that car super unstable.
Right now, while they regroup, let's drop it back to Dylan Dunford and Ben Morrow. 94, move him up a spot coming off of turn 4.
You say regroup, I say reassess and go, because that 41 is still in attack mode. Goes to the top here, looking for maybe a big run down the straightaway to do something with him down into 3 and 4.
Last time he was up there, he took a couple paint chips off the car.
Certainly see him gain here, maybe not enough.
He is sending it way too much into these turns, having to brake a little bit more than the 7, and that's where Bally's pulling away.
Back to the outside here.
Has to be careful because here comes Drew Trader to the inside.
You can see the run, AJ, as he closes right back up to the bumper. It's just not big enough that he can get to the bumper.
Here's the thing. He's only doing it in one portion of the racetrack. He's only doing it in 1 and 2.
Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know if there's something to that. I mean, he didn't do it this time.
And then he doesn't even do it this time. Great job, Dean. Way to make us look like a liar.
I think he's just trying to find something somewhere.
But back a little further, Ben Morrow, Randy Howe, side by side off in turn 2. At 13 with an excellent run off the high side. Ooh, Vern Hawkins in 12th. Oh, and Paul Irvin. Doesn't look like there's a lot of damage on the 14 from the contact with Matt Cochran. Gonna cut to the inside of the 48 on entry to 1. He's gonna have Daniel Park also looking. Three drivers out of this race. Matt Cochran, Mick Olofsson, and Dean Qualley, who didn't put a lap down. All non-playoff drivers. Only 4 of them remain. In 8th, you have Brandon Dunford. In 9th, you have Michael Steele, Josh Fox in 14th, and Joe Darnell in 16th. But back up front, Randy Howe and Ben Morrow. TJ, we got battles throughout the racetrack.
Yeah, Dean Demmer gave up a spot to one of the traders. He's back to
I wonder
third
if
now.
that's strategy based.
Might have just
Drew,
been
you go check.
heating the tire
You go
base.
do it.
I have a feeling that 41 went scorched earth on those rubbers.
Absolutely, and I wouldn't be surprised if you really starting to see him fall back in that running order, as it looks like Nick Trader is looking to his inside right now. Oh, in the wall again. You know, I remember probably about 4 or 5 years ago, maybe even longer, Dale Jr., why do you run the high side? Well, if something goes wrong, I don't have to go that far to hit the wall.
Yep. Not wrong.
And here comes Dylan Dunford to the inside of the 41. That's your biggest battle on the racetrack right now. Oh, contact. Woo!
That's never good. You don't want to crumble in the fenders on these things.
Dylan is still having an issue. All the way down that front stretch as well. Regrouped it before we got to turn 1. Wow. I thought he was wrecking that wheeling car. Randy Howe to his outside. He's got Ben Morrow right behind him. TJ, you know what this is reminding me? The way these cars are bunny hopping, and I know it's a completely different racetrack, but the way these cars are bunny hopping over each other, it reminds me of the modifieds at New Hampshire.
Yeah, I mean, it's all power and not a lot of control, and these guys are really trying to give it all the power they can and feel like they're in control.
How's your Canadian game going, bud?
Oh, they won. It's over.
3-1?
Yep.
Makes you happy, doesn't it?
Oh, absolutely.
And it looks like the Texas Rangers might actually be going to the World Series for the first time in 15 years.
Wow.
They're up 10-2.
Wow.
And tomorrow we have another Game 7. Take a look at our race later. Joshua Bally, half a second over Drew Trader. Followed by Nick Trader in third. Fourth, it's Dean Demmer. And fifth, it's Randy Howe. And Randy is looking for more to the inside of Dean Demmer. That 8 car has really come alive. Daniel Park with an issue. Row, Raggy. Oh, it looks like he's going to clip the wall, and he's going to get clipped by the 2.
That's not good.
Gets clipped by Adam Capps. And a lot of front-end damage to Daniel Park, a playoff driver. Our first playoff driver having an issue tonight. TJ, what are you seeing on the racetrack? Anything being said?
Just an apology there for that move. I see a car down pit road.
Ben Morrow.
And this
Our
doesn't...
first taker.
This doesn't line up with where the pit stops were. It's
about 25 laps.
I would think these guys would want to get to 85 because that would put you in a window to make it to 120.
Yeah, well, he is down pit road really early. He's taking all 4 tires. Right sides are up, and here come the left sides. You see Joshua, Drew, and Nick off of turn 4. And here they come.
I mean, I assume he is not going to be in like a potentially 2-tire stop or something late in this race if need be. He would probably need a...
Vern Hawkins now on pit road. Jesse Adams on pit road.
This is just early for me. We went back, what was it, 51 we went back green?
Yes.
So you figure if you had 35 from 51, that gets you to 86. And if I could save me 5 laps over the course of this run, I might consider doing that. Or even save me 2.5 laps here and 2.5 laps the next run. That gets you to 120.
Yeah, we're looking at 45 laps to go. Bally, your race leader, almost a second over Drew Trader. Dean Demmer now on pit road.
I think it's really going to be a telltale sign I win this 7. I think anybody that came in before the 7 has come too early.
I mean, if you beat the 7 by a lap, I think you're sitting pretty.
Yeah, but the 7 ain't
He's
coming in.
staying out. Both traders are staying out.
I'm telling you, this 7 is going to go another 8 laps. If not more.
And he is keeping that gap right around 9/10 of a lap. Your first car 1 lap down is the 13 of Ben Morrow. So he's going to try to get around Randy Howe here. Looking around the outside.
Round the outside, round the outside.
That's why I said it. Plus, it sounds like you're getting a little sleepy over there again.
Oh, no, we're good, pal. Got a Mountain Dew cracked open, football on one screen, race in the middle.
Which Mountain Dew we talking about? Adult Mountain Dew or kid Mountain Dew?
Non-alcoholic. If I was drinking the alcohol, that would... I'm not a happy or an angry drunk. I'm a tired drunk.
Know what they get you for Christmas?
Who needs a sleeping pill when
Here,
you can
TJ,
just have an alcoholic
drink-
beverage?
Drink 2 of these and call me in the morning.
Yeah, pretty much. Oh, man.
Oh, wow.
I don't know if that was
that
loose.
Drew? Holy cow.
I don't know if that was just loose or unstable. It was for sure.
Let's hope that doesn't happen again. Because he is right in front of Nick. And Ben Morrow making a pass for to get back on that lead lap.
It could be for the lead eventually. It might even be for the lead eventually, but I do believe, like I said, if he can get it to 87, 88, He's in position to make it on one more stop. I mean, really, 85. If you can go 35 laps, 85 is your number. I think we just had some issues with the 25 back in the field, AJ.
He's still in P2.
Yeah, but I think they were having issues. Oh, they split him. The 14 went high and the 41 went low. They split the 25. That was kind of a wild moment. As the 14 and the 41 are dueling hard here.
Well, right now it's advantage 41. And he is pulling away from Vern Hawkins as well. Joshua Bally still your race leader, followed by both Drew and Nick Trader as they're battling right now. The 8 of Randy Howe in 4th, and in 5th, it's the 48 of Paul Irvin. Your top 5 separated by 7.5 seconds. Really, we're spread out right now, TJ. I think we're going to hit a commercial break. Might be our final one of the evening. We'll be back after NDNT and the All-Star 15 merch.
From Mordor to Hogwarts to Gotham, the nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join nerds doing nerd things as they talk about all things nerdy. Stay up to date on the show by liking the Nerds Doing Nerd Things Facebook page.
We are back, everybody. Holy cow, the 7 hits pit road on lap 86. That's going to give it to Drew Trader, Randy Howe, and Josh Fox.
AJ, crunch your numbers real quick.
That's right where you said it. That's right where you said it.
That puts him good by 1 if they're getting 35 laps. He's in. He's actually in by 2 if it's 37.
And here comes Drew Trader.
Full lockup.
Woo.
Man, oh man.
Randy Howe right behind him.
He was slideways coming in.
Here comes Josh Fox as well.
I think the 56 stayed out a lap. Or he's already pitted. He might have already.
56 came down at 83. Joe Darnell on pit road. Let's see, does Ben Morrow take the lead? He does.
Here's the thing with all these guys, they're not going to make it. There's no way any of them can make it. They've got another pit stop where I fully believe the 56 is on the fringe of making it. The 7 can definitely make it. These guys are going to need to hope and pray for a yellow here.
And right now, the only caution we've gotten, knock on wood, has been that stage 1 caution.
Yeah, AJ, that 9 car took it behind the wall. He is 15 laps down out of the race. That's a playoff driver. That hurts.
And growing.
Oh, he's gone. The driver's helmet's off. He's in the care center. He ain't coming back.
No, and like growing, like 19 laps, 20.
That's what I'm saying. It's going to grow. He ain't coming back out. Darnell now falling a lap down. Got a battle for the lead, but I think this is mostly a temporary situation. As I kind of figure these guys are coming in about 20 laps.
Yeah, and Valley is less than 10 seconds behind them and is running just about a second and a half faster. For everybody watching at home, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. If you're on YouTube, if you haven't yet, subscribe. We are just 6 people away from 400. I remember when there was like 10 people on this channel. It was so...
Jeez.
It's grown so much.
Well, AJ, you water it enough and the plant will grow.
Does not work with hair follicles, people.
No, you tried Miracle Grow. It didn't work.
Nope, no, it did not.
That's all right. I tried to go to a paint store to get thinner. It didn't work either.
Hence why this broadcast booth is reinforced.
But
God, I hope Ryan's listening to this and getting a kick out of it.
But it's all good. Me and my recliner, we're good friends. We go way back.
All right. Apparently there's dad jokes a thing right now in the broadcast booth, but Dean Demmer loose. That's 2 laps in a row. He has been loose coming off of turn 4. He is pushing that 41 to the max, trying to give Fountains and Slate all the prime advertising real estate right now.
Well, it's going to look good right now, but when he realizes the blunder he has made, it's not going to feel so good.
Yeah, because it looks like nobody's holding that 7 up.
No, they're not going to. And even if they...
Michael Steele on pit road.
Even if they were, I mean, they're all going to have... Like I said, these guys all got to pit, whereas that 7's good to the finish.
I don't know. Nick Trader might not.
Well, you think if they said 37 was what Mick told us at the top of the show. 37 and 83 is 120. There goes the 14 down pit road.
And the 7 is by the 56 to the inside move. Does he clear him off of 2?
That is the eventual battle for the lead.
Valley P4. Oh, Trader's trying to cross him back over. Doubt it's going to work with how much speed is under that 7 hood. Oh!
Ooh, that was a fun noise.
Oh, because I thought the 56 was smacking the outside wall. Ben Morrow now on pit road as well.
Yeah, I think they all realized, where their issue lied.
And right now, just looking at last time buys on the tower, Bally a 33.79 to race leader Demers 34.66.
The big thing out of this is how many guys are going to have to pit here because Vern Hawkins, playoff driver, currently P14.
Ben Morrow P13.
Others we can expect to see similar, the 94, the 41.
Here comes the 94. and the 19. It's the Dunfords on pit road. Demmer has to come in, and I'd rather come in now so you have time to regroup than with 5 or so laps to go and, well, I can't do anything now, basically. If he's going to come down pit road, he needs to come down soon. Very soon. If he wants any shot of trying to at least make it back to that top 5.
I don't think he gets back to the top 5. I think he's going to be a lap down to most of the top 5. I think he'd be lucky to find the top 10 again.
Well, you have Ben Morrow, who right now is faster than the leaders by a second.
Right, but he's a lap down.
He is. And he is still sawing on the wheel. Marcy's still watching with that migraine. With the dad joke, he goes, "Oh no, Michael only gets one dad joke a day."
Oh, God. 41 extremely sideways off of 2.
The only one really left to pit is that 41.
And I truly think he's hoping to catch a yellow right now. And hopefully not him be the yellow.
There they go. Vern Hawkins now to the inside. They were battling 15 laps ago. Oh, Demmer in the wall.
And he has called out his pit.
Now you're going to watch that 41 on the ticker drop like rocks in a pond. But Joshua Bally taking the race lead with just 20 laps to go. Hey, Marcy, that hasn't been announced yet. But yes.
See my face right now. It's real puzzled.
Check the stream in Discord. You'll be able to see what she said. Demmer coming back on the racetrack in 11th, 1 lap down.
But I was elected to lead, not read.
I'm aware that you say that at least 3 or 4 times a week.
Well, it's true.
Bally with a second over Nick Trader. Third, you have Drew Trader. Fourth, Randy Howe. Paul Irvin in fifth. In sixth is the first non-playoff driver, Josh Fox.
Yep, Marcy's husband, the race car driver.
I love the people that come into our broadcast chats and have some fun with us. So nice. Dean is battling that 94. This is to be the first car 1 lap down.
He is definitely Larson lining it as the rear end is almost touching the wall.
Yeah, he's pushing very, very hard.
I mean, nothing to save here. Might as well give it everything you got.
Now, TJ, would you fill the car all the way up, or would you try to make you as light as possible?
I would have got the gas I needed to get to the end. So I guess light as possible, but still able to finish?
Yeah, yep, that would be correct. I theoretically think he might be able to get to Ben Morrow, and that's for 8th place. I don't think he gets any further than that.
Yeah, I mean, Adam Capps is going to have to fall off quite a bit. And I wouldn't. I mean, they just went by Nick Trader.
He will get to the lead lap 100%, but he's not going to go much further than that. It is Joshua Balley's race to win.
Race to lose,
tonight.
Really. I mean, he's got it
That too.
pretty much sewn up at this point. What would be wild is if right now there was a yellow. Which I doubt, but you never know. We can hope for a little bit of chaos, baby. Chaos! Give me some!
And speaking of chaos, those t-shirts came out really good, TJ.
Come on, 94, punt this 7, make it some chaos!
Oh, Jesus.
Don't actually, though. As he lags, oh my.
Oh,
he popped.
He's blinking quite a bit.
He popped, could you imagine? He blinks back in and he's inside the 7 car.
NASCAR 14 all over again.
I don't see him on my screen.
Crossing the line with just 13 laps to go from Homestead-Miami Speedway.
I mean, the 56 isn't out of the realm of, catching this 7. If the 7 has a big blunder.
7's going to have to hit traffic.
Well, I mean, I'm saying
no,
7's going to have to.
7
would have to lose it. Essentially, you'd have to really lose the nose, have that thing wash up on him, and do something really ugly. He's ran a really solid race.
And everybody is just getting out of his way as well, too. Which is good. Maybe not for Nick or Drew Trader, but the respect is definitely there.
AJ, if you jump on board the 13 right now, you look backward, you can see the 14, and you can see the 41.
Yes.
41 definitely coming. I just don't know if it's enough to get to this 13 car.
Yeah, we're looking at just 11 laps to go. I don't think he's going to get there. But Adam Capps, TJ, you mentioned he has fallen off a lot.
I mean, yeah, you got to figure he's at the end of a run. Whereas those guys are more in the midpoint of a run. Only 4 seconds ahead of Morrow. It'll be real interesting to see if Morrow catches.
Well, now 3 seconds.
If Morrow catches a 2 around the same time, say the 41 catches the 13. If the 41 can even catch them.
You're looking at the 2 of Adam Capps. Really, really slow these last couple times by. A 35-25. And Morrow with a 34, up just a second faster. It's that simple. Just a second faster. Vern Hawkins also a second faster. And Dean Demmer a second and a half faster. This is going to be the battle for 7th place when it happens. And with 9 laps to go, it's going to be happening soon. But look at Josh Fox playing spoiler in 6, TJ.
Yeah, I mean let's use the spoiler thing for him lightly. That is a past champion in this series. Well, maybe not this series of cars, but in this Monday night series. That's a past champion.
Yeah.
So to say I'm shocked, I'm not.
Ben Morrow under a second.
And Demmer now has them down to 2 seconds to Morrow, 3 seconds to Capps.
Demmer has passed Vern Hawkins too.
Yeah. Like I said, it's going to be real interesting if the 13 gets to the 2 about the time the 41 gets to them. could be the big help he needs to get, at this point, what I think is his maximum ceiling of 7th. I mean, he's coming. Got him down
Both
to
of them right on screen right there.
shaved a second almost.
And everybody, the reason why we're showing you this battle for 7th, it is the closest position battle we have on the racetrack between drivers.
Yeah, the front 6 are pretty much decided. Obviously, we'll flip back there when the 7 eventually takes the win here, but
once again, Demmer a second faster than Caps and a half a second faster than Morrow.
and the thing is Morrow is there. Now he's going to probably make the move right here. No 3. Demmer will be on him probably by the end of the next straightaway. It's going to be a real interesting battle for 7th place, I have a feeling. And here comes Demmer. Will he make the move into 1, or will he... Oh, he clipped the wall on entry. That's Larson lining it big time, I guess.
He's still going around the outside.
Around the outside, around the outside.
And just think about it. Just 10 laps ago, he was sitting in that 10th position. And he was the 4th playoff driver from the end. And just by him passing Vern Hawkins, Adam Capps, and looking now to pass Ben Morrow, he is gapped even more. So this is really helping the 41 with his playoff venture, as there's the pass for 7th.
Yeah, I mean, he had... The 13, I think, is just, on older tires than the 41. And the 41, we know, has had a fast car capable of racing with that 7.
Oh, tap the wall again on entry. Man, that could be very hazardous to your racing line.
And with that pass, AJ, other than the lap car of Matt Cochran still making moves, and possibly Dunford and the 14 might be the only other battle left in the scene, as it's happening right now.
Hawkins, Dylan Dunford. There goes Dunford right around Vern Hawkins.
Does he get back at him to maybe take one more run at him?
Well, TJ out of turn 4. It's time for the Wrestling with Nerds white flag. This race has flown by just about an hour and 13 minutes in the car for these drivers.
Say I had an hour 14, but that was with grid time.
Through 3 and 4 for the final time. Joshua Bally's going to hit the gas down towards Barney the Flagman, and he is going to win at Homestead-Miami Speedway for the Fountains and Slate Cherry 180. Followed by Drew Trader, Nick Trader, Randy Howe, Paul Irvin, Josh Fox. Still trying to make it around. There's Dean Demmer in 7th. 8th, it's Ben Morrow. 9th. Oh, it's going to get completely cleaned out.
Intentionally or accidentally?
It's after the fact, but wow. I know this is kind of frowned upon, even if it's after the fact. Intentionally.
Oh, wow.
9th, Dylan Dunford, and 10th, Adam Capps. Here it is again, everybody.
That was...
Well, Joshua Bally is burning it down at the start-finish line. TJ, you ready for some interviews, pal?
Yeah.
Well, we need people to get down here to the interview waiting room to do those interviews. But TJ, what a dominant race by Joshua Bally once again, dude.
Yeah, it was. And AJ, I think that post-race altercation might have stemmed from the final lap. I think the 94 put a little bit of the bumper to the 2 car.
See if we can go back and see that. You said on the last lap?
Yeah, lap 120. These for 4 position. The 94 just a little harmless tap. Move him up the hill a little. At least it wasn't 1 and 2. Maybe he gives him a little more business down here in 3 and 4.
Here it is. They're in 1 and 2 right now.
Again, just another little bumper move. Nothing. I mean, that was coming to the line, and then he just cleans him out the next turn after the checker.
Coming to the white flag here.
It was definitely, hard racing at the end, and the 2 car did not appreciate it. Destroys the 94. I mean, he murdered him. Granted, it's after the checkered, but I know that is still frowned upon.
It was a tiny bump in 1 and 2 there.
It's a tinier bump in 3 and 4.
More of a just cut to the inside.
By a car with fresh tires.
And they crossed the line and...
Death.
Wow. And just getting confirmation down in the chat of the YouTubes, they have had beef before. But TJ, let's talk to P1, the winner here tonight. Go for it. It's all yours, TJ. It's Joshua Bally.
Josh, you got a copy.
Yep.
I just, I tried to throw a broadcaster curse on you tonight and picked you to win this race. And it didn't work. You still dominated this race. I've got to ask, put that sponsor on your car because you've been stinking these races up?
No, I figured I'd get some Halloween theme in.
I mean, questions I typically ask a race winner don't really apply to you because you've answered them many, many, many times this season. This obviously goes to show you are the car to beat this playoff run. Everybody's going to have to be perfect. AJ and I were calling it up in the broadcast that you were going to go to about the lap 85 mark and pit and make it to the finish in one stop. And you did, whereas a lot of those other guys pitted way earlier and had to pit again. Was that your plan all along, or is that just kind of reactive to what they did?
Well, that was my plan all along. I'm actually surprised people... I guess since I was ahead most of the race, a lot of people felt that they probably had to do something to get around me. So that I felt like everyone was pitting early, not to two-stop it, to try and pit, hope a yellow comes out, flip, track position that way type of thing with the yellow coming out. But a lot of people ended up then pitting early for the second stop. So I was kind of confused by it, honestly.
Well, you weren't the only one. It had us scratching our heads up in the booth. We head to, AJ, did you say Martinsville?
Martinsville.
So this track, but a lot more tiny, no banking. Any worries at that place?
No worries. We're finally getting to my good tracks. We're getting the short tracks, baby.
That is a good track. It just gapped the field here by 2.5 seconds. I am scared, AJ. I feel like they're in danger.
Well, I'm just hoping for a really good race next week at Martinsville. I know the short tracks are very difficult when it comes to league racing in any league. But Joshua, you just add to your point total. And I'm not gonna call it's a shoe-in you moving into the round of 8, but I'm calling it a shoe-in for you to basically move into that round of 8, pal. But the next couple tracks are Martinsville, as TJ mentioned, and then we're heading towards Phoenix after that. Which one are you really like circling? Because I know you said you're really good at these short tracks, but what are you really looking forward to?
If you asked me like a year ago, I'd probably say Martinsville, but as of this year, I've been a lot stronger at Phoenix, especially since Phoenix has become kind of a diamond lane in 1 and 2. So I kind of like that a bit more when you're able to diamond a track like Phoenix IRP. So more than anything, I'm just looking forward to Triangle 5 in a row since we're already at 3.
Jesus, dude. Well, you're doing exactly what you need to win this EFRL Transcendent Designs Xfinity Series Championship, and you started the playoffs just like how you ran the regular season, dropping a can of whoop ass.
Thank you.
All right, Josh. Well, thank you for coming and talking with us. And we'll see you at Martinsville next week.
Appreciate you guys.
All right, TJ, we're going to go to P2 now. It's going to be Drew Trader.
Drew, you get a copy.
Yeah, I'm here.
How'd it feel tonight? You definitely had one of the top 5 cars, I'd say. Probably speed-wise third, right where you were, right around where you were. Did it feel good?
It felt good. It was little, I guess, what's the word for it? Nerve-wracking, just because the longer you run those things, the looser it gets. So just trying to make sure I kept the tires on it and trying to learn what Belay was doing there, and actually learned quite a bit. I wish I would have got a hold of it a little bit sooner, because I kept up with him there for a little while and then kept stepping the tires out, and didn't really help me, and then lost some position, then gained it back off his strategy. So kind of worked out in the long run. P2, first time.
Yeah, I mean it's a good opening race run of a playoff. I know you had a couple really scary moments with some guys on fresher tires that were a lap down. How nervous were you there? Because it seemed like your car was definitely out of shape at that.
Yeah, I mean, it's frustrating because when you're that much faster on fresher tires than somebody, obviously you got to be a little bit more courtesy, have a little bit more courtesy to the cars that are on older tires, and not be bumping into them, potentially ruining their race. So it was frustrating, but it worked out in the long run. Once I seen they were trying to two-stop that final run, and I stuck to my one stop and just keeping fuel in it, I knew I'd pass them back and work with it in the long run of things.
Well, it definitely worked out for you. I think you got a pretty damn good points night there. It should be some big momentum carrying you to the next race, which is where I'm going to go here next. How do you feel about Martin?
Man, it's a double-edged sword. I don't care if you're really good at it or you're not good at it. That track, it takes one person's mistake behind you and your race is done. So I don't. If you think you're the king of short tracks and somebody messes up behind you and late breaks, guess what? Your race is done, and so much for that. So it's going to be interesting. That's one thing. So.
Well, we hope you don't get ARCA break next week. That is for sure. AJ, do you have anything for Mr. Drew?
No, you literally just said exactly what I was going to say about the ARCA breaking.
Yep.
So, way to bury the question you were throwing to me. But great race, Drew. Overall, I think this was the first time TJ picked P1 and I picked P2. Apparently, it's the first time it's happened on the channel. Nice. But great race overall, and can't wait to see what we got in store for us at Martinsville next week. So we'll see you there, my friend.
Yep, it's going to be exciting. Can't wait.
All right, that is the driver of the 25 Chevy Camaro, Drew Trader. And now let's go from one to the other. It's Nick. TJ, take it away.
We're gonna trade traders over to Nick.
Yep.
Nick, you got a copy?
Hello.
What more did you need out of that car, sir? Because it looked beautiful.
Uh, maybe to stay on another lap or two. That's about it. I kind of guessed the fuel run. Glad I pitted when I did because I ran out crossing the line. So
Well, I'd
it was
say you
a
hit the fuel number right on the head then.
yeah. My thing flashed saying I was .4 short. So at one point I was basically clutching a little bit, save a little bit of fuel. But whatever I did, it was just enough to make it.
Well, I mean, that's a good opening round of the playoffs for you here with a good P3. Were you ever thinking to try to do like some of those other guys did with this two-stop scenario that they tried to work? Or was it always a one-stop deal?
I was kind of back and forth. I was trying to calculate the fuel run in my head as we were running, and apparently just hit it just right,
I
just
mean,
enough. But like I said, I should have stayed on another lap or two to have a little bit better tires because my brother had running me down. So I would like to get second, but I'm glad to see him get second. Wish he got first, but it's the
7 cars.
the same guy every week. So yay.
That guy is. It's one of those things when you do finally beat him. I know you have, but for like
Yeah.
if Drew can do it, it's one of those things. You finally beat him, you know you earned it because he brings
Yeah.
the absolute best every week.
Yeah, and I run this usually. The only time I ever get on here is Monday nights. I run a little bit of practice start the week, but not enough to get on here. I mean, I have family outside of here I got to take care of, but this is my getaway on Monday night, so I like doing it. But I used to run more, but can't do it much anymore. So I'll take what I can get when I do here. So I'm still pretty impressed with what I can do on the sim.
I'm gonna say you're making me
with how
think, man,
little I get.
maybe I'm not that good because I do something similar and I can't do what you do. But nah, good run. Keep the momentum up here. We head to Martinsville. Any apprehension for that place?
Yeah. I mean, I might get a little practice on it. I got other obligations this weekend, so I'll be away, so I won't really get to get too much in. So I might hop in and run some laps, maybe Tuesday or Wednesday, and then probably Monday before the race, I'll probably throw a little practice in. Usually I'm pretty good about picking up the track, but with it being a short track and then not being around some of these guys on short tracks, I'll just wait and see what it is. Like my brother said, the arc brake is kind of the worrisome thing.
Yeah.
I know I'm the guy who can probably do it too, so I'm not going to try to say I'm not going to be the one, but it's possible for anybody to arc brake somebody.
Try not to be the Arca breaker, and hopefully you don't end up the Arca breakee.
Maybe I'll go run some laps on NASCAR Thunder 2003.
There you go.
I'm with it,
Wow.
man. 04 and
What
03
a
were two
pull.
of my favorites.
03 is my favorite, so that's why I got to have the sponsor of it.
Well, I mean, I did like the guy on the cover. I can't
Oh,
lie.
he's a good guy. He's decent.
Yeah, good car owner, good driver.
Yep.
Just like you guys have been this year. Good drivers.
Appreciate you.
All right, Nick. Well, we'll catch you at Martinsville next week. You have a wonderful rest of your week and weekend. And yeah, stay safe, pal.
You guys have a good one.
See ya. All right, TJ, bring her home and give a little spoiler and hype it up for Martinsville next week.
AJ, this isn't spoiler. It isn't a prediction. It's the truth. Martinsville could make or break your season. That place is just going to be hectically chaotic. I can't wait. The word chaos on the tip of my tongue at every it is that place. Some nights brings out the worst in drivers, brings out the best in drivers. No matter what, it usually brings the best short track racing just because it's slow and tight. And, it is a grind to win at that place. In real life, they give you a grandfather clock. Next week, I'll give you a stopwatch moment on my life, let you know how good you did.
All right, everybody. Thank you for tuning in to All-Star 15 TV. Congratulations to Joshua Bally, Drew Trader, and Nick Trader, your podium finishers. This has been the Homestead-Miami Speedway broadcast, and it was sponsored by the wonderful people at Fountain and Slate. We will see you at Martinsville, Virginia next week.
From Mordor to Hogwarts to Gotham, the nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join nerds doing nerd things as they talk about all things nerdy. Stay up to date on the show by liking the Nerds Doing Nerd Things Facebook page.